Hello, welcome to another video with Fresh and Dicho. Today we are diving into a topic of the biggest shift in the job market today, and most especially here in Kenya, the gig economy. For Kenyan youths, platforms like Uber, Fiverr, and Upwork are not just apps, they scream opportunity. And as we approach the 2027 election, let's explore how the gig economy is going to shape the work game and the environment of work for most people. Now, the environment of work today is not the same as it was before, and 9 to 5 is not everybody's way of life. We have seen Kenyan content creators, some of them saying that they cannot get employed. We've seen some funny clips just posted on the digital platforms such as TikTok and Instagram that really employment is not for them. So let's dive into understanding what the gig economy is. So the gig economy refers to a short-term flexible work engagement powered by a digital platform globally. Like you can do this work from anywhere in the world and you will still get everything you need, including the payment. Now, this has come off as a challenge because we have actually seen those digital people that do the work online sometimes complain that they are underpaid, which is something the government has to address. Other than being underpaid, sometimes they're not paid at all because it has not really established a good structure. Although the platforms, these digital platforms, are working to improve the environment, we are yet to see the government involvement in some of these things. So in Kenya, this is growing rapidly, and basically the youths, if not 50% of us, and I would call myself a youth because I actually am, content creation and digital writing and things of that sort. The first time I heard something about writing, I was still in college. I did not quite understand what it is for, and over time I got to understand there's actually someone who will lock their doors in their little apartment and do some work online, and it will feed them, clothe them, pay their bills, and still they come out of the world, out of their rooms comfortable and knowing that they have something for themselves for the rest of the month. And basically it actually works for some. For some it's still a struggle, but I think it also depends on how well do you understand this. So the platforms here in Kenya, such as Upwork and Fiverr and basically Uber, revolutionized the type of work. The taxi people don't really, they have the flexible schedule when they are working with platforms like Uber. Today we have others. It's not just that. It's a freelancing environment to connect globally with clients and still get to be paid at the end of the day. So drivers earn flexible schedules. Creatives will get their money online once they have done some work online on platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. And basically we have other people like myself today doing content creation to make sure that we are securing ourselves. Now, sometimes it takes time, and especially if you are on a platform like YouTube, you have to be very patient. You can't rely on it until it can actually deliver. So it's not just about the money. These platforms give young people the freedom to learn, to grow, and even to pursue other things like hustles alongside main gigs. Like for example, myself, I have a job that I go to a 9 to 5. It pays everything that I have, and I will tell you that it's part of something else. Now, exploring my other opportunities and growing my career widely, because in today's world, you have to be ready to evolve. The people that are successful are not the ones that work the hardest, are the people that have the tenacity to evolve with the changing times. And today, if you're not evolving, trust me, you are losing in the game. For example, the class of 2024 KCSE graduates that just finished high school and they're trying to figure out what is it that the world has for me out here, it's because they can engage in, they can combine their studies with doing something on the side online so that they can be able to secure themselves a future or even build a platform that will enable them to earn, to continue learning, and to even support them their studies depending on who you are and how you established yourself. There is something about having the power to influence and having, a connection with people, that today that is the new economy. People having the ability to engage, having the ability to get people's attention and tell them something. That is the new blueprint to money making in this life. So if you have some sort of influence, ability to communicate with people, you can actually make money from that. So elections and the youth today, that's going to be a topic that I can't wait to cover. And if you're up for the same, please hit subscribe, because as much as we are afraid to raise our voice because we do not know what's going to happen to us tomorrow, it is important that we also speak our mind, and as we do that, we apply discipline and consider the law, because it's easier said than done, and therefore one has to make sure they're taking the care of themselves and their loved ones, because no one else is coming to do that. Clearly we have seen it. So as we approach the 2027 election, the role of the gig economy will be critical to taking the platforms or the front lines in these workspaces. And therefore, even voters will prioritize looking at people that are going to stand in and fight for them and establish laws and policies that are going to protect them and help them as they continue to try and make a living out of it. So priorities today are clear, and youths know what it is that they want. So we may have been quiet and we may have been pushed to silence, but I can assure you today youths know what they want, and whether or not they're speaking about it, they're looking at each other. You know that saying that wanajuana kwa vilemba, even without saying a word, they know what they want, and therefore the people looking to stand in and show that they're here to help, they're here to serve, they're here to work with you for a better future, they'll have to look out for that, because if you don't, then you're missing, and if you miss, then you're losing. So your employment has always been a major election issue. Youth employment has always been a major, and that's why it's used in so many political rallies for people, assuring that they are going to do this, they are going to do that, and at the end of the day they end up doing none. So but this is going to actually be a different game, because with the rise of gig economy, the conversation is shifting, and we're no longer looking to we're no longer looking for these job creations that keep being promised to us and never delivered. We are looking for someone who can actually support in what we're creating, because we are creating, we are exploring our options. We have lifted our game. We have woken up to the realization that nobody's coming to save us. So that being said, political leaders needs to address the digital infrastructure, fair pay policies, and protect the gig economy, so that if we are talking about the mental health for people who are actually behind making sure that the For You page of TikTok or Instagram or Facebook is clean for consumption, they are taken care of and they are compensated appropriately. This is going to actually gain a plus, because we have seen them cry for help, because they're actually facing a lot of issues in these platforms. So it is very important that every time you are talking about job creation, first ensure that you are also looking at those that have found themselves opportunities. How well can we better their working environment? So by 2030, it is estimated that over 50% of Kenyan youth will engage in gig work, and that tells you that this trend is actually driving the economy. And with the AI and blockchain streamlining the payments, because that's basically the major issue, streamlining payments, job matching, and contracts being settled, because I am sure platforms are waking up to the realization that they need to create better contracts for their remote workers. They need to match jobs with the people that actually qualify to do them, and are compensating them enough by the payments and streamlining how they're going to make this money. I believe even the government making sure that this is happening, they benefit, because they get a chance to know that this is an actual sustaining job. It is a contract like any other of an employment. And even when you're saying that you're going to tax this person They're going to feel, oh, this has been made possible for me to earn comfortably without worry of losing my money, and my mental health is taken care of, and my compensation is worthy. Even when the tax man comes to take their money, you will not feel like they're reaping what they did not sow. So for Kenyan youths, the future of work is here, and the gig economy offers the financial freedom they need to learn, to grow, and to explore. So the gig economy is more than a trend. It's a revolution that is leading, and Kenyan youths are in the front line. So share your view on what you think about this topic today. And if you enjoyed this video, I am sure you're going to enjoy our upcoming video, where I am going to be discussing with you guys about education in 2030, that the skills over degrees, because today everyone has a degree. Okay, I don't. I'm working on getting mine. Don't ask me how I have a job. I think I should share with you how I have maneuvered my life into getting to where I am, because sometimes people don't get to understand your story, or they don't really realize how far you have come, to respect your way and how you have gained what you have gained up to now. I am working on getting a degree currently to match my experience with my certificates. I mean, certificates are gate passes to places you would otherwise not be able to enter. So let me see you in the next video, where we will be discussing about skills over degrees in the coming future.